Good morning and welcome to Traders 20 on ET Now. I'm Megha Chadha.
Good morning everyone, I'm Avan Dabash. Well, Traders 20, this is the show where we get you a daily dose of 20 fresh stock ideas so that you can have a profitable trading day. Our top technical experts will come together over the next 30 minutes to identify some of the most exciting bets in the markets.
And as always, in addition to all those equity trading ideas, we'd also be showcasing commodity picks as well as strategies that would help you make the best of the futures and options market. So let's get the ball rolling and get you first up a glimpse of the lineup that we have for you for today. We've got Ashwini Gujral joining in from New Delhi, Mitesh, Sandeep as well as Prakash Kaba from Mumbai. Rajat would be here with us from Kolkata and Deepak from Pune.
Okay, pretty directionless when it comes to the equity market. So it's 56.06 on the index right now, with the Sensex low by just about 0.2%, 18,459. The market breadth, though, thankfully is veering in favor of the gaining side, and you've got most of the FMCG stocks which are down and out in today's session, as is the oil and gas index. So Unilever tops the charts, off by 2.5% as we speak. ITC also fairly soft today. You got a Jindal Steel and Power, Hindalco from metals losing out. Reliance Industries not a hefty sell-off given all of the negative allegations from Arvind Kejriwal, but 796 nonetheless. ONGC 2 is slumping by close to 1%, as is Hindalco. You've also got Ambuja Cements, Cairn India, Infosys, Grasim Industries down and out in today's session, and M&M not looking too chirpy. On the gaining side, though, you do have Tata Motors higher by 3%, Power Grid as well as Wipro, which has been continuing its stellar run-up for the past many days. Reliance Infra and Cipla also doing well.
Okay, we've also got some comments coming in from the Prime Minister, identifying some areas of concern for the economy as a whole. He is saying that inclusive growth is the core objective for the government. In fact, they're also talking about how energy demand and supply gap is a major constraint as well at this point in time. It is an area of concern. In addition to that, if we talk economics, and fiscal deficit is also a continuing concern for the Indian economy. And of course, India is not oblivious to all that's going on across the globe. So given the global upheaval as well, that is also impacting the Indian subcontinent.
Okay, those are some comments coming in from the Prime Minister. We'll keep you updated as and when more details flow in. But let's get started off with Traders 20. First off, here's a disclaimer. Please do consult your financial advisor if at all you will be taking positions in any of the stocks recommended. Ashwini Gujral as well as Mitesh Thakkar join in on the show. It's a fairly directionless market. Ashwini, what do you make of it, and what are your trading picks for today?
Well, the positive in today's market is the lack of downside momentum. Now, yesterday we didn't fall. If today also, if we can just hang around here, then slowly the downside momentum gets sapped up and we can consolidate and get back into the range that we were in earlier before the breakdown happened. So that's the positive here, that in spite of a breakdown, the momentum on the downside is lacking, and sooner or later, the short positions that are built will get scared, and that will take the market higher and probably back into that range. So that's basically the hope that you should be looking at. Overall, I see the next 2 months probably being in the similar kind of range, 55.50 on the downside, broadly 57.50, 5800 on the upside. I don't see a market making a significant move on either side. Now on stock specific, Titan is a buy with a stop about 272, target of 295. Consumption stocks generally go into Diwali strong, so this is moving to a new high. Tata Global is a buy with a stop about 152, target of 166. And the rally is restarting post a correction, and hence this is also a buy. HUL is a sell with a stop about 541, target of 525. While this is defensive stroke FMCG, but this is going into a reaction. That reaction could continue, and probably in the longer run could be a buying opportunity. So this is a weakening post results, and that weakness is likely to continue. Similarly, cement sector is going into a correction after large gains. So Ambuja Cement is a sell with a stop about 206, target of 191.
Okay, so 2 Tata Group names amongst the 4 recommendations that Ashwini's got right now. Mitesh, tell us about how do you think the month is going to pan out for the Nifty, because if you look at historical data, it's been largely even Stevens for the markets and the benchmarks. So what direction do you see the benchmark taking for the month of November, as well as your ideas this morning?
Well, I think difficult to predict about the month, but I think in the next few days, what has happened is that with the market kind of having a downward bias on the day of credit policy, I think the market has shifted the range on the downside. So earlier we were doing a range of about 56, 30, 40 to about 57, 30, 40 on the upside. Now I think that's come down to levels of 56, 40, 50 to about 55, 50. My sense is that in the next 8, 9 days, 10 days, we might be actually consolidating in this about 100, 120 point kind of range, and therefore the markets would remain to be very, very stock specific in nature, and I think that's where the trading focus would be. The first stock which I've got today is a sell on Asian Paints. It's looking weak, but I think I'm waiting for the stock to start trading below 38.40 in this spot. I think it's made an intraday low of around 38.42. That's an important moving average level. The structure is weak, so if the stock starts trading below 38.40, I think that would indicate more downsides, and then can be sold with a stop at 3906 for a target of 3700. I've got a buy on Raymond's, which is giving fresh buy signals on intraday charts. The structure has been positive, I think, but last couple of signals the stock has been sideways. This time the buy signal is quite strong on the intraday charts, so it can be bought with a stop at 377 for a target of 398. Ashwini spoke about cement stocks. We had a sell on ACC a couple of days back. I think Ambuja is also today giving a minor breakdown. It's getting into some kind of a corrective setup, so can be sold with a stop just above 204.5 for a target of 193 or 192 on the downside. And finally, a buy on Biocon, which after numbers has kind of shown strength, is bounced back from support levels. It's given fresh intraday buy signals. Likely that the earlier highs of 280, 281 would be tested again, and keeping that as a target, I would suggest buying with a stop just below 266.5.
Okay, those are 2 buying and 2 selling ideas coming in from Mitesh Thakkar. Keep an eye out on the movement. Meantime, we're here to get all of your individual queries answered, so let's get started. Our first query for the day comes in on Apollo Tyres. We've got a live caller, Murli, joining in on the phone line from Bangalore. Hi there, Mr. Murli. Thanks very much for being with us. What's your query on Apollo Tyres?
Actually, I have bought 87 rupees. 1,000 shares I have bought. So I just want to know whether I have to hold it, or so what is the intraday and what is the future like for the next week?
Well, right now it's not really a strong stock. So if you are trading intraday, I don't think this is the best intraday stock to be trading in. But rubber prices are coming down, and that's always a positive for tire companies. And maybe the gains will take some time in coming, but they will come. So the idea should be to keep a stop about 80 and look for targets about 95. This is a couple of weeks type of target. If you want something intraday, then you need to choose something that is strong like Titan or Tata Global to be able to get intraday gains. So even this is more a sideways type of stock. Every 3 or 4 weeks it comes down closer to levels of 80. Every 3 to 4 weeks it gets to about 100. So broadly this range needs to be played by you, and with a 5 rupees stop, try to get 10 rupees profit on the upside.
Okay, so Mr. Murli, hope you took note of all the levels that Ashwini's highlighted on an Apollo Tyres. Away from Bangalore, let's go across to Gujarat then, because we've got a query and a caller joining in from Mundra in Gujarat. Pankaj Kumar is here with us, and he's got a query on Escomars. Pankaj, hi, thanks very much for being with us. Tell us about your holding in Escomars.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I am holding 3,000 share of Escomar at the rate of 27. I wanted to know about the future of Escomar, and I can hold it, I think, 6 months.
Well, while the market is at a 52-week high or just hit a 52-week high, this stock is heading sharply down, and the company seems to be in trouble. So, if I were you, they have, I think, lots of debt, etc. And similar to something like a KFA or a Suzlon type of a company which is heavily indebted. I would think that you should get out of this stock and maybe move your investment somewhere else. because it's quite likely this becomes a single digit stock. You already lost half your investment, but that's life, and probably a 10 to 15% stop, as I keep advising all the time, should have been kept. But that you have lost 50% is no reason to keep holding the stock.
Okay, some word of advice coming in on an Escomars, and hope we got your query answered. Well, let's shift focus then to the auto space. Talk about Maruti, which by the way has been up 28% in the last 3 months, the best emerging markets auto stock. Well, the query this time comes in via email from Sandhya in Cochin, who bought 250 shares of Maruti at an average price of 1,387 rupees a piece. She wants to know if she should hold or sell with a short-term time horizon of the next 1 month. Ashwini.
Well, Maruti has ended its bear market and is now in some kind of an uptrend. Probably 1 month is not the right time frame to hang on to Maruti, because once a stock gets into a bull market type of scenario, it generally tends to continue for a while, and the October to March time frame is generally positive for the markets. And as you can see that even in a choppy declining sort of a market, the stock is heading higher. So maybe you should hold on a bit longer, keep a break-even stop here, and if you can hold 2 to 3 months, it's possible you'll get 1600 to 1650.
Okay, Sandhya, so hope we got your query answered for a Maruti Suzuki. But as always, do remember we've discussed a lot of stocks on the show, so if you decide to take any positions, please consult your investment advisor before doing so.
And the countdown continues. On the other side, we will be getting in Prakash Gaba as well as Sandeep Wagle to give us their fresh trading fix on this Thursday morning.